Alright, ladies and gentlemen, turn 15, it is go time, each hour, etc. I was actually kind of thinking of that it was turn... I'm not sure if the timing has gotten confused somewhere, but Agartha has gone in, and Sauromatia attacked Darkwoods and actually bounced, because Darkwoods happened to have 5 Vanheirs in it. So the Sauromatian Sacreds, the Oiropatas here, hit the Vanheirs. They have their Bless. I'm not sure that I've seen before, actually. It's just Fire Shock Resistance and Blood Surge. So it's really not an impressive Bless. Like, that makes me think that they may have gone dormant as well. But they're... Yeah, so they've awakened their tattoos. They're blessed. So they've got the snake tattoos and the horse tattoos, which means their total prot is actually 21. But beyond that, their Bless is just not very impressive. So against these Vanheirs, with the Twist Fate, Defense Skill, Barkskin, Blood Surge, like the real Bless, yeah. Doesn't go great. Yeah, the Vanheirs just mess them up. I devoutly hope that this is some kind of, like... This isn't going to go well for Sauromatia, and that's a problem. I was hoping that Sauromatia would have more of a Bless, but they don't, so this is happening. So, cool. Cool. Vanheim might well just beat the shit out of everyone in this zone by themselves. We'll see. Fomoria launched their worm back. Actually, they converged everyone on their capital and attacked. So... In hindsight, if I had known they were going to do that, what I should have done is moved all my troops over here and hit their troops while they were trying to come back, and killed them independently, and then just had the worm and the unmarked. Or moved up north and attacked the worm and the unmarked and killed them independently where I could, like, surround them. But this is fine. I have now 38 of my Chud skin shifters. I've got a few random infantry, and I've got my undisciplined boys with bows, and then the bear warriors. And I've put you on ice and a whole bunch of priests to give blessings and such. So the plan here is basically, if we look at this battle. So this was him scripting knowing that he might have to fight me. And the way he did it was, he's got Be Thankful It's Not on a Plane sitting in the front with his hit points. He has a lot of hit points because he's in Dominion. He's got his Sacreds next to them, kind of spread out a little bit, intermixed with the human infantry, the Furbolgs. But he's got the Furbolg scripted to just attack, while his Sacreds and his Sacreds go in after that, and then his Be Thankful It's Not on a Plane has another round of buffing. So this guy is actually going to come in last, and by the time he comes in, the infantry will already been engaged. That's perfect, because the most effective way to deal with this guy is actually going to be HP routing him, which I believe is possible. Because these guys each have 13 hit points, because they're Furbolgs. So there's like 60 of them, or so. That's about 900 hit points. And then these guys have 35 each. There's 9 of them, so that's another 300. I think if we just kill everyone else, the worm routes. I mean, I know he's a pretender god, but they still rout. They're immune to Charm and Enslave, but they still rout when the HP drops too low. So I'm pretty sure that if I just murder all his infantry and murder all his unmarked, who are, as I said, going into battle first, because Be Thankful It's Not on a Plane still has another spell to cast, then I think my skin shifters can chew through all of these guys and just make the snake run. And the snake is fast, so he'll get away. But then he'll just be, like, inside his fort alone, and we'll be able to siege him down. So that would be ideal. So we're going in for the fight. Down here we've got Dimitri moving up with a few more skin shifters. Gonna do some fighting, some combat type stuff. Over here we've got Irina leading 10 skin shifters up north. She's also going to pick up some bear warriors. Dimitri has 12 bear warriors who's going to sneak in here and attack one of these provinces. So we're going to hit 2 provinces next turn of Arcoscephales. And we'll just kind of have to see where things go from then. We'll have to play it by ear. We are definitely still recruiting mages. In terms of research, we're going to hit Conjuration level 3 pretty quickly here, which will give us lesser fire elementals. Lesser fire elementals will be useful. If nothing else, they are ethereal, and so they will distract Wind Rider lance charges, which would be nice. And of course, my my Daughters of the Sun can summon them very effectively. And then after that, we're going to grab Enchantment level 2 real quick. That will give us, that'll only take 1 turn, I think, and that will give us personal regen, which will make our armor much, much tougher. And then we'll go back to Conjuration level 5 for full-size elementals, and then we'll go down Evocation. The other thing that Conjuration level 5 potentially, or level 3 and level 5 potentially give us is lesser air elementals, which can trample human-sized targets. Now, they can't trample Wind Riders, but they can potentially trample Vanhears. Now, Vanhears are, like, they're not the greatest targets because they do have the glamour. They have defensive abilities that make them unlikely to be trampled, but at the same time, trampling is still, like, a pretty effective way to deal with like, it's more effective than trying to deal with Vanhears by hitting them with weapons, put it that way. That's definitely true. We've got Vyshislav here, and we've got these, yeah, Vyshislav, I think, wants to move down here, because we've got these guys, these pale ones, which actually are quite a bit of siege strength for their cost. So we're going to grab them and bring them up towards Fomoria. Then Vyshislav really does need to build a temple in Boggerwold. But I don't have... he probably should be able to do that next turn, and then I can start getting out Thunder Priests, which would be really, really helpful. But yeah, this situation I'm fairly optimistic about. This situation, I don't fucking know how this is going to go, but he's got Agartha rolling in with a lot of Seal Guard and Olms, and he's about to have Niefelheim rolling in as well. Agartha is going straight through there and then up towards the capital, so he's trying to kind of cut us off from, like, all of... He's trying to take most of Arcoscephale, but if we can get Nasajin coming up through this way, that'll be fine. And then, you know, things will be in decent shape. We've got my scouts sneaking out into Arcoscephale. Arcoscephale, I think, is going to have a bad time. Vanheim is definitely the joker in the deck. Vanheim could just hold us all off with the power of elves and rage. But we'll just have to see. We'll see how it goes. And in any case, I'll see you all in turn 16. Okay, folks, turn 16. This is a very quick and simple turn. We have hit Fomoria. He was not patrolling, so we just took it. We lost 1 Bear Warrior to his province defense. Actually, I think this might have been friendly fire, because he didn't score any kills. So I'm not sure what killed that Bear Warrior. Yeah, I think it was probably arrow friendly fire, and then he, yeah, he bled to death. He got profuse bleeding. Okay, so he just died mysteriously. And then we had a random event in Fomoria, which is hilarious. Demons manifested, and so we fought them, and we also beat them easily, but, you know, we lost another couple of guys. Because they had, yeah, Spine Devils, so they got double magical poison attacks. So we lost a couple more duders. Our Bear Warriors got vaporized, and then the Skin Shifters vaporized them, albeit they did actually manage to turn a guy into a bear. And they gave him a limp, too. Ooh, that's nasty. And then everyone just kind of regenerated through the poison, I think. Yeah, they literally just out-regenerated the poison damage. Fomoria walls are lightly damaged, that's fine. Numicria found some gems. Fomoria, demons have manifested. So Sauromatia is making progress against Vanheim. They've pushed into these provinces here. They lost an attack on Inorime. It looks like they're just hitting with these small groups of basically unblessed Oiropatas, and anywhere they run up against Vanhears, they get stomped, but everywhere else they're doing fine. Wise Spring Grove, Niefelheim attacked Lanka, took it, and then, hilariously, they got hit by a Die Oni, and this was a very interesting battle, because it hinged on the interactions of non-combat mechanics, basically. So, these Nephil Giants, with their cold power, ice protection, and most importantly, their chill aura, went up against this Die Oni, who cast the Blessing, which gives him regeneration, since their god is awake, their monolith. Regeneration, Fire Shock, Resist, and Blood Surge. He cast Iron Skin, which pushes his prot up to 27, and then he cast Mirror Image, which makes him harder to hit. And he charges into the middle of all these Nephil Giants, and he gets absolutely just frozen. He's already at 114 fatigue. He's losing HP. He is going down. But at this moment, he has 17 HP left. He's close to dead. And then All the Nephil Giants rout. And I'm watching this like, what the fuck? Why did all the Nephil Giants rout? Because he has fear. His fear aura just scared them all off. So even though they were objectively, absolutely winning the battle, they just run. I have never seen Fear 8 be that effective. Like, that's incredible. And even with them gone, to be totally honest, even with them gone, these two Jotun warriors and the Jotun Jarl were about to kill him if they had stayed. And he's also routed, but he's fatigued out, so he can't get off the battlefield. So they get off the battlefield first, and he wins. Hilarious. I'm sorry, that's like the funniest thing I've seen in a while in Dominions, to be honest. I don't know what to say about that. Niefelheim attacked Arcoscephale. That was Sauromatia bouncing off Inarime. I made one mistake last turn. I moved my stealth group over here. So going up this way, which is not what I wanted to do. So Dimitri is going to move up this direction. We are attacking Golfalas with Irina, who is bringing 10 Chud Skin Shifters, and some Bear Warriors, who will just kind of, like, absorb damage. They will charge in. They will die. That's fine. And, yeah, that's about all we're doing. Recruiting some mages, researching. We're recruiting some more Skin Shifters. Skin Shifters can fight the Dione, because they hit hard enough to damage Dione, and they're immune to fear. On account of berserking, so the fear won't drive them away. At least not the ones who have taken any damage. The others might run, but a couple of berserkers will stick around and hopefully be able to finish off the Diones. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, that's the turn. Very brief, like I said, but everything is going pretty simple and straightforward at the moment. So, thanks for watching. See y'all in turn 17. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is turn 17, and this turn there was a battle in Fomoria. Let's take a look at that now. So, the Fomorians attempted to break out of the siege. They brought their worm, with his 192 hit points. Be thankful it's not on a plane. Counselor of the biggest, blackest rock. They brought pretty much all their infantry. This might actually be all of their infantry. They brought their 9 unmarked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They brought a few Nemedian warriors. And they also brought 4 Firbolg druids, who were, I believe, scripted to cast Swarm. So they still definitely have the research edge on me, but it's not all that much. On my side of the court, of course, I have a line of Chud Skin Shifters, I have Put You on Ice the Ormer, and I have some random assorted infantry. So be thankful it's not on a plane, started to cast his buffs, the troops surged forward, we got a round of Swarm Spam. The Swarmers all landed in the back and got absolutely massacred. The Chud Skin Shifters were taking no shit from them. One guy went berserk. I think pretty much all of my Skin Shifters got blessed. Looks like pretty much all of them got blessed. I had enough priest saturation that one or two rounds was enough to bless them all. So good, excellent. My guys over here firing arrows, killing little insects, and then the Skin Shifter line goes into combat. And so now we get to see, for the first time, I think, a big full-fledged battle. So here's the first thing to note, and I don't know if I've talked about this specifically before, but this is a big reason why Blood Bond is a really effective bless for Skin Shifters. Blood Bond shares damage, right? When a Sacred is injured, it shares damage to all of the Sacreds within 5 squares. What this means is, they all go berserk. The shared damage triggers the berserk. So you notice everyone in the front line is now berserk, except I think this guy. I guess this guy just randomly hasn't had any damage assigned yet. And so they're all morale 99, not going to rout. Also, a few of the guys in the second line are already berserk, even though they haven't fought yet. So up here, you've got these unmarked, and they're coming up against these berserk Skin Shifters, and they're just getting mulched. They just die pretty much on contact. Meanwhile, down here, these Skin Shifters are going in against the Firbolg warriors, and they're killing them really fast, too. Also, since everybody's regenerating, because we've shared the damage around quite a lot, so we've already destroyed the enemy front line, except down here where they're kind of flanking, but that doesn't matter, because once again, they'll just turn into bears. Up here, be thankful it's not on a plane, is engaging in melee, and because of the Blood Bond, he can do a ton of damage. Like, he can definitely do enough damage to kill a Skin Shifter, but usually not in one hit. So we've got like this werebear, still has 22 hit points. He does have 100 points of poison, and he's likely to die next round. But he's got 2 attacks at pretty high attack levels, which do 25 and 23 damage. So the 24 protection of Be Thankful It's Not on a Plane is not enough to save him. The Temper Flesh makes him take less damage, but he's not taking 0 damage. And so right now he's down to 155 hit points. He has 192 max, so even when he regenerates, he's lost a net of 3 hit points in this round. And he's only going to take more damage, because of course his defense score is 4. So, a lot of my troops advance past to chase somebody off the field. The worm routes, but I think he gets caught up on this guy, this skin shifter, and he can't get him out of his way, because routing troops only attack straight backwards. So, yeah, he gets surrounded, and he's definitely killing skin shifters, but he's going down on net. He's losing HP as the fight goes on. It's slow, and it costs me, skin shifters. But, we're regenerating, so you can see, watching here, I'm not seeing him kill anybody for quite some time. He's killed 7 guys, I think, in this battle so far, and lost half his HP. And he just can't manage it. Yeah, he killed 1 more in the couple rounds since then. And the axes just keep on going. So that is the end of Be Thankful It's Not on a Plane, the Fomorian worm. So, in that battle, we lost 14 out of 45 skin shifters, and they killed fucking everything. We killed the worm, we killed all of his slingers, all of his warriors, pretty much. 5 of the 9 unmarked, and all of his Numidian warriors. A few of our random troops retreated, but not many. We've got 79 siege strength, he has almost nothing defending. We're actually going to split up a little bit. So we're sending out Dimitri. Dimitri is going to go... I'm trying to think of where Dimitri should go. So Sauromatia and Vanheim are fighting. I'm not sure how effective they're being exactly. Over here we've got Machaka actually has come around and launched a daring surprise attack and besieged one of Arcoscephale's forts. So I believe Arcoscephale's 2 forts are now under siege. Lanka has retaken all of their land. We have Therodos is on a throne in Lanka's cap circle. What the actual fuck is happening? That's crazy, dude. But we're, honestly, we're in good shape. Right now what I want to do with Dimitri is I want to push up this way. I want to kind of get this throne surrounded. Like, I want to have a claim established to this throne, as it were. Irina is down here. What we need to do with her, we need to set these 5 guys to guard commander. We need to set these 5 guys to hold and attack flyers. So Irina is going to be there. We got these 5 right behind. These guys up front. And this is just so that Wind Rider Deep Strikes can't assassinate my commanders. So in Golfalas, we ran in here, killed a bunch of province defense. We lost 1 bear warrior. In Iron Range, we have 12 Wind Riders dropped onto us, and I'm sure they're using the attack rear strat. Now, this is a Wind Lord who can bless them. Wind Lords can bless Wind Riders because they are priest level 1s, and it's so hard. It is super hard to tell the Wind Lord apart from the Wind Riders. Because they're basically the same sprite. Where is he? 1 second, I'll find him. I promise. There he is. Yeah, you can see he's the same fucking sprite. Like, there's actually no visible difference that I can see. In any case, so he can bless them. So this is a fantastic little drop rating squad. He doesn't get them all blessed, but he gets some of them blessed. These guys probably can't take on skin shifters on a 1-to-1 basis. Just because, while they have the Twist Fate and the high defense skill, a lot of their defenses, I think I mentioned this before as well, they're relying on repel to stop infantry from hitting them back, and skin shifters aren't about that life. A skin shifter might be killed by the human form might be killed by the Bronze Lance strike, but it's unlikely overall. And whether he is or not, I mean, he's going to turn into a bear. And then once he's a bear and the Wind Riders have used up their lance, it's just not going to work. So that many Wind Riders might be able to assassinate Irina if they hit her. But with 5 bodyguards plus 5 more guys behind on hold and attack flyers, and especially since those guys were jumping in early, unlikely. And what we'll do, actually, is we'll put Irina up here. Put these guys kind of a little ways behind her. And then we'll put these guys well behind. So their combat speed 11, so they will take some time. Actually, you know what? If we're facing off against them, we can do this. Like that. And they should be fine. Beyond that, province defense, not going to be a huge issue. So Iron Range has a great iron mine, so we're just going to go take that back. Put 1 point of province defense there. He can hop around taking provinces, like I certainly can't stop him from doing that. But I'll just, you know, I'll just mosey around taking provinces back every time he moves away. That's fine. Vyshislav is back here. We're recruiting a couple of Bear Warriors. I'm actually going to cancel this Russian Wizard and recruit as many Bear Warriors as I can, which is 7. And then down here I've got 4 Skin Shifters. I'll trade 2 of those guys for 1 Skin Shifter. So I'll recruit 5 Skin Shifters, 5 Bear Warriors. That should be fine. I've also got these 12 Pale ones sitting around down here, which is like 40 siege strength. So I'm going to pick them up with Seraphima. That's an M. Who has 5 Skin Shifters guarding her, and she's just gonna, I'm just gonna set her on cast spells, I guess. I shall go down there, pick them up, and then move up towards Fomoria to help, because the siege of Fomoria will be going very slowly, especially once Dmitri moves out. But that should be fine, and Put You on Ice is not realistically killable by Wind Riders. We've got 3 priests preaching, so we're knocking down the enemy Dominion here. Their god is dead, so they're spreading less. My god is still spreading, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem, to be honest. Because, like, my Dominion spread chances, one of them is there, that plus I have 3 guys preaching. We should take this down to neutral Dominion fairly quickly, and I'll be able to go from there. Now, Yomi is also raiding me. So we've got 1 Dione who is moving up into my territory, which is interesting. I would have expected both the Diones to move backwards to try and deal with this shit. Pangaea is moving a big army in. Now, the last time Pangaea attacked Yomi, they lost to the province defense, which I admit isn't a great record, but I happen to know that they actually have several, like, light thugs with magic weapons mixed in there, and they're designed basically to try and deal with the Dione, so hitting hard with armor-piercing weaponry that's magical, so they can A, get through the heavy armor, and B, they can hurt the ghost forms of the Oni when they die. They will also, of course, work reasonably well against the Monolith, although they may not be able to actually kill the Monolith entirely. But we'll see. We'll just see how that goes. Overall, I'm not really concerned. Like, Arcoscephale is pretty much out of the game. They've lost, I think, most of their Sacreds over the last few turns. This might be one of the, like, they might have 2 or 3 groups like this, that I'm not sure where they are, but with as many people as are attacking them, they're out of the fucking picture. And we're gonna roll through them into Tir Na, the Tua, I can't fucking pronounce that. I just reminded myself what the proper pronunciation of that is. It's like the second TH doesn't barely appear. They're like the Tua. It's like an extended A at the end. It's hard to say. I'll have to practice it. But in any case, Vanheim is really the major threat remaining. Vanheim and Banshee assassins. But I think we can deal with it. To be honest, I think we're in a pretty good spot. And if nothing else, I think at this point, I doubt at this point that Vanheim is going to be able to prevent me from taking Fomoria. So if nothing else, I'll get a second capital out of this. And I think probably Pangaea is going to get a second cap out of this. So after that, we'll be in really, really good positions. And then we can decide what our next move is. I mean, obviously, we're going to want to take that throne, and that throne. And having 3 thrones will put us in really good spot. Because at that point, with 3 thrones, we have, like, between 6 and 8 ascension points, and we really only need 1 or 2 more. So if we can grab all 3 of those, then it's like, hey, where do we go next? We just pick a target and drive our way through to it with all our might. If we can get that one, like Umbor, we might just win the game right there. We'll see. In any case, that's turn 17, and I'll see you in turn 8. Wait, hold on. Research. Research is progressing. We're about to grab enchantment level 2, and then we'll go back to conjuration to finish up level 5. And I am starting to recruit Instead of a Daughter of a Sun, this turn I am recruiting a Thunder Priest. I'm going to have him go around and start site searching if I can, but I need the air magic. Having air magic once I hit Conjuration 5, like, ready to go, would be really, really good, because then I can start summoning air elementals immediately. And air elementals are very, very hard to stop. Honestly, Agartha and Machaka might end up being some of our biggest, like, rivals here. This team, they've pretty much linked up. Like, I don't know where the fuck this army came from. I guess it must have, it came through Berytos. It came down through this way. But, they've got kind of blended in with them in a weird way. Like, I think might have, like, all this, like, the whole coast. And then, of course, they've got Hanum over here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nasajin has finally retaken these provinces, which is great. He's got a little bit more gems and a little bit more money from that. Needs to retake that one. He's been summoning a crap ton of Long Dead, which is also good. And, yeah, we've got our central area filled in, except for this throne, which we definitely do need to take one of these days. And, yeah, that's the turn. I'll see you in turn 18. Okay, folks, turn 18. So, this turn, we retook Hubberton, or we took Hubberton. We lost Helmshire. Our wizard did get away, fortunately. We took Iron Range, losing one more Bear Warrior, and then we lost the Mercs. So these Dione are really pushing on us, really raiding us, which is curious. It's not what I would have expected. In Yomi, the province defense of Yomi was defeated. Pangaea rolled in. They lost a whole bunch of wolves. They lost some Maenads. Nothing that really matters all that much. They still have over 100 troops, and about half of them are white centaurs. So the odds that Yomi is going to be able to break out, fairly slim. In Old Forest, Niefelheim is rolling in against Arcoscephale. They also took out these independents, wiped out these barbarians, got their province back. And Pangaea also took Pranda from Yomi. We also had a bunch of independents attack us, so independents hit Pangaea there. Some independents hit Arco, which is fine. That's perfectly fine with me. And we also lost Cloudcap Spires to independents. There's just a lot of barbarians rolling around the place. Now, overall strategic situation. Fine, basically. Basically fine. Arcoscephale, this Droigar has actually been cracked already, so that's about to fall. We've got a Berytos province down there. Kris Lighthawk's team is just sweeping in from this side, doing a lot of damage, which is fine. Down here, I've got Fomoria damaged, but not nearly ready to break just yet. It is, like I said, it's just interesting to me that these Dione are attacking me here. I almost think they're heading up here to try and rescue Fomoria, but that's kind of a bad idea. Like, Fomoria doesn't have enough in here to be rescued, and I think I've still got enough skin shifters to beat up two Dione. I mean, skin shifters beat up Dione pretty good. Like, I killed that worm with them, and the worm was far, far more dangerous than either of these Dione. So, I've got my troops just kind of rampaging around, doing damage. Up here, I've got my, these skin shifters. I don't think there's actually all that many flyers left, so to be honest, I'm gonna take these guys off Guard Commander. I'll leave those guys in the back, but we'll have Irina back there with them. I don't want to fight the barbarians with them. The barbarians could actually do damage to them. So we're gonna go up here into Bountiful Land. We're just gonna try to kind of push fairly hard. This Dimitri here, however, Dimitri does not want to go very far, because I want those 11 ready to pull back into Fomoria if these two Dione move up north and, like, join up here. Because if they do that, then they might be preparing to attack Fomoria in an effort to push me off the capital, which I don't think I should allow to happen. Now, we've got these Niffle Giants. Niffle Giants can absolutely kill these Dione, assuming they don't fucking run away again. We've got more Shrewd Skin Shifters coming out. We started recruiting Thunder Priest, as I said last turn, so we've got an Air 3 Thunder Priest, which is great. He can't really do much at the moment. He could summon Simargles, or he could summon some Great Bears. Which wouldn't be terrible. Like, there's worse things that I could do. Or I could drop Call of the Winds on somebody's province. Like, that has a single Ko-Oni, so Call of the Winds might actually suffice to take that province. I don't know, but I don't want to waste the gems doing that. I mean, to be fair, I do have 58 air gems, but... I think I'm gonna summon some bears real quick. Yeah, let me just summon some cheeky little bears here. Got another Thunder Priest coming up here. I've got no mage, actually, because I'm recruiting bear warriors. Because I need more troops. I've got these guys moving up because this is 52 siege strength. I'm joining up some troops from the capital here in Falgoth, so I'll have 11 Druid Skin Shifters plus the 12 Pale ones. And I'll send one of these ladies, leading them up to Fomoria in an effort to increase the siege strength. Fomoria is currently moderately damaged, so it's going to take a little bit more time to break in. I'm bouncing a scout off of the green wall to see exactly what they have in there. Actually, Irina might want to pull back. Nah. What's your map move, Irina? 14. I think I'm going to take Bountiful Land. I'm just going to sweep up and just do as much damage as possible. I was contemplating besieging in Arime, but like I said, I really want to make sure that I'm next to Fomoria just in case something terrible happens, in case these Dione come up after me. But that is, that's pretty much it for this turn. We've got more Niflheimish undead, Niflheimish giants moving up, sweeping in, taking out some territory. We're going to retake Falgoth, retake Amber Fields, push over here, retake these provinces. Yomi, I mean, here's the thing. The only capital on this team that's unsieged is Lanka. Now, I don't see where all of Lanka's troops are, but they pretty much have to be either coming up this way or coming down this way. As I recall, they had a pretty substantial collection of sacreds. But, I mean, the other thing to consider is, Therodos is right here with a big pile of troops, including, interestingly, these Ichthyotar warriors. Those are actually a Middle Age Oceania national troop. So it must have been a random event or a site somewhere he can recruit them from or something. I don't know. They're not very good, but they're there. They're high strength, so they're decent siege chaff. And they do damage. Their stats are low, so they're unlikely to hit, but if they do hit, they cause a lot of damage. So, you know. Kind of interesting. Lots of Icatid warriors as well, which is an interesting choice. Normally, I mean, if I have an Ictid province, I would recruit a whole bunch of the regular, like, cheapo, shitty, net-wielding Ictids to mix in. In fact, if I have these Ichthyotar warriors, I would definitely have a whole bunch of the net guys, because if they net somebody, then these Icthyotars can stab them with their spears for very high damage. I think it's like 18 pierce or 19 pierce. And the fact that they have a shitty attack stat of 8 doesn't matter so much. But in any case, that's basically the turn. I've hit enchantment level 2, so my worm can now double regenerate. So Put You on Ice can now regenerate at 20% even when I don't have my Dominion there. I'm still preaching, still trying to bring Fomoria's Dominion down to nothing, so that I can get my Bless here on Put You on Ice, because then he would be regenerating at 30% and be very, very difficult to kill, much like the worm that we killed. That's not a bad sign. And other than that, you know, like I said, I think we're doing alright. Pretty soon, well, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. It will depend very much on how this war goes. This war, kind of wrapping up. This war, still very much ongoing. But we definitely want to be making our future plans while that war is still ongoing, so that we don't have a whole lot of wasted time. In general, obviously, we're going to be taking these thrones, all 3 of them. I don't care who wants them. Nobody else can have them. They're ours. And then after that, it will be a question of how many points those thrones represent and where we need to go to get more. The most obvious target would probably be Umbor, if we can get there. It's a little ways off. That would be a little bit harder. We'd have to go through quite a bit of Agartha to get to it, but possible. I think that's Agartha right there. It's either that one or that one. The other thrones are a little bit harder to reach. That one would require going through most of Machaka plus some of Berytos. There's this one here. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad call either, because we're already through Yomi, so it's only a few more provinces, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. We'd have to go to war with Therodos for that, but might be worth it. We don't honestly have a whole lot of lake exposure except to Pelagia, and I'm not scared of Pelagia trying to come up on land. I'm really not. Especially against Pangaea. Like, white centaurs can just roam along here beating the shit out of any Pelagian troops that try to stop them. And there's not much they could do about that. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in turn 19.